Welcome to day one of the hybrid marathon build. Join me for the next 14 weeks while I'm training for Southampton Marathon, whilst also keeping strength work in the gym and doing some other stuff like Hyrox and a bit of triathlon, and now I say it, it sounds like quite a lot. I'm not a professional athlete, I'm just someone that has got into fitness over the last few years and enjoys training alongside their normal life. I want to show what can happen when you commit to a proper marathon build whilst juggling everything else. I'm going to document this whole block in this series. If you're training for something too, then follow along with me. Feel free to subscribe to the channel, and I'll be sharing day-to-day stuff on Instagram as well at Joe Loves Training. The main goal of this build is to give 100% to the process and 100% on race day and enjoy the whole thing. There is a secondary time goal, which is sub 3:28, and that is my dad's best ever marathon time set 25 years ago. If I don't get that, then as long as I've done everything I can, I'll be pleased. But if everything does go to plan, it should be in the bag, I think. So without any further ado, I've got 13 sessions this week. Let's get stuck into the first one.
So today, about as boring as you can get for a run and lift program. 7k easy run, full body lift in the afternoon. So the normal Monday session would be at the track. That's where I'm going to do my speed sessions, but two reasons why I'm not at the moment. Firstly, I'm still recovering from my first solo Hyrox, which I did last week on Wednesday. And secondly, I am still recovering from a little bit of a knee issue. It's not too bad. I don't really have any pain while I run. It's just, it gets a little bit stiff later in the evening, and that can be quite painful, and I just don't want it to get any worse. So until that's completely healed, no running faster than marathon pace is the current rule, which means, unfortunately, as much as I enjoy the track sessions, they're off the table at the moment. I can do pretty much every movement pain-free. The only thing is I can't really squat past parallel, which was a little bit of a concern for the wall balls at Hyrox, but I managed to get through it. Why did I record this on the uphill bit?
So 7k easy run done, about 40 minutes, and felt pretty good, no issues. Before I go to the gym in a little bit, I'm just going to talk you through my training history a little bit if you don't know me. So in my early 20s, I basically stopped all exercise. I basically did nothing. I started training at the job that I do now, and during that period I just did no exercise at all. For probably 5 or 6 years I did pretty much nothing. I got quite overweight. I was about 105 kilos and I didn't really feel very good about myself in that period. And then I decided it was time to start going to the gym. I started weight training, just lifting weights. I didn't really lose much weight in this period. I was trying, but I did get stronger. I kind of went up and down a little bit, but never really made that much progress, apart from strength. I did put on a bit of strength. Then 3 years ago, I signed up for a 10k because I thought if I started running, it might be easier to lose weight. So I started running and I lost a little bit of weight over that summer, but not loads. It just sort of made it quite difficult. But I actually really enjoyed the running. I mean, I hated it at first, but after a while I did start enjoying it. So I thought, well, I'm just going to keep doing this, and eventually, slow but steady, maybe, you know, I'll get to kind of the body composition that I want. So I started running, enjoyed it. Then I signed up for a half Ironman because I was a decent swimmer from school, and I thought, well, cycling can't be that hard. So I decided to sign up for a half Ironman, and that was 2 years ago. Really enjoyed the process of training for that. Finished it in something like 6 hours, 20 minutes, which I was really pleased with at the time. Felt like I'd got really fit. I kept lifting weights throughout that whole period. And then that was kind of when I sort of really started looking at this like hybrid style training. Then last year, I took it up to the next level and signed up for a full Ironman. Well, I say Ironman distance triathlon. It was actually outlaw full distance in Nottingham, which I absolutely loved. Brilliant event. Finished that in like 12 and a half hours. Loved it. In preparation for that, I signed up for a marathon because I thought I'd better do a marathon before I do the Ironman. I'm not really sure if that was a good idea or not, to be honest, because it was a very different event. But so I did Southampton Marathon last year, which I'm doing again this year, and I got 3:59 last year. So I'm hoping for like a half an hour PB when I go back in this year. From a weight perspective, like I said, I started about 105 kilos like on this sort of journey. I'm down to about 90 now, and that is pretty much where I'll sit. I'm not too interested in losing much more weight. If anything, I think putting on a little bit more muscle might help achieve some of my goals. So yeah, about 90 kilos maintenance is the plan for the time being. So half an hour PB in the marathon would be absolutely amazing. That's kind of the goal of the block. Just arrived at the gym for my afternoon session. Going to be a full body lift. I've been doing full body 3 times a week or full body every other day, which is pretty much the same for the last year or so, I think. Definitely since the start of my Ironman training last spring. So probably almost a year. And it's been great, to be honest. Can't really complain about it. I've got stronger. I've put on a bit of muscle. For me, at least, I think the days of the bro split, the push-pull legs, are pretty much gone. It's going to be full body for a long time. You never get those absolute beastings of leg days and then you can't run. So, yeah, I just hit every body part, couple of working sets, close to failure. Don't really get sore from it, but you still get plenty of stimulus. And I'm just going to keep hammering it until I feel like I need to change something. Gym session done and day one done. It's a pretty good one. Did RDLs, leg extensions, incline bench, weight pull-ups, lat raises, tricep extensions, dumbbell curls, hanging leg raise. Pretty standard full body day for me. And now I can just relax. Got the evening. I am pretty behind on my food, so probably going to have like maybe 2.5 meals to finish the day, but that's not too bad. It's Tuesday, another easy run in the books, just under 7k, 40 minutes. Once again, going to be plenty of these coming up. And I don't know if anyone else gets this when they're like either in a new block or they're just coming back from a bit of a niggle, but I kept getting like phantom pains, or at least I hope they're phantom. Like little twinges or, oh, what was that? And then it goes. And I just constantly worried something is an injury, and then it goes. I don't know what causes it, but it happens to me quite often. It normally like either in a taper or if I've just come back from an injury or I'm just starting a new block, and it's just why is my body just trying to give me this anxiety? The knee actually feels pretty good for the first time in a while, so I don't know why it's doing this, but it's just trying to scare me, I think. So that's the easy run done. I've got a few hours now to refuel, then a Hyrox conditioning class later on this evening, which is great fun and something I'm keeping in the plan because I don't technically need to be doing them during the marathon block, but I want to keep in touch with Hyrox. I definitely want to do another one at some point this year. I don't want to lose all that fitness I've gained, that muscular endurance I've gained, so I'm going to keep them in. If it becomes like unmanageable, that will be one of the first things I drop, but for the time being they feel pretty good. Hyrox conditioning complete. It was a good class tonight actually. We did 4 9-minute blocks. I tried not to push it too hard, but I do get a little bit carried away sometimes. I find if I keep it like upper zone 3, low zone 4, it is not too hard to recover from, which means I can fit it into this like structure quite well. Definitely going to be a super easy day tomorrow though. Recovery run, easy swim, and that's just like a bit of a reset to go into my big marathon pace session on Thursday, which is probably the most important session of the week, so I would like to freshen up a little bit for that. So now just a bit of dinner and then a nice early night, because I've got an early shift tomorrow, so some kind of 5 something alarm, which is not ideal, but I'm looking forward to eating. I'm starving. Ooh, lovely. I know it's a bit of a cliche, but chicken, veg and rice is just ideal. It's Wednesday. I did my early shift this morning. I finished I started work at 6:30 and I got to the pool for about 2:45. I did 10 150s in the pool, which was all right. It was a bit boring. The point of the swimming is to just make sure I don't forget how to do it. So I don't really want to give it too much effort anyway. It is kind of like a recovery session. And then went in the sauna for about 10 minutes afterwards, and now I'm home. It's 4:15. I've got run club at 6:15. So 2-hour turnaround. I'm just trying to eat as quickly as I can. I'm absolutely starving. So I'm gonna have some scrambled eggs with a bit of chorizo on a bagel. I might have to have a little bit more carbs than that though. So I might have something else afterwards, we'll see. But I'm a big fan of 2 eggs and a third of a pack of egg whites in the scrambled eggs, which is 167 grams of egg whites. Yes, I am someone that weighs all my food. I've been doing it for so long now that it's just habit. So yeah, 2 eggs. I think it works out as 2 eggs plus 5 egg whites. Tonight at Run Club, I'm the back pacer for the 5:30 to 6 minute per kilometre pace group, which is ideal because it's a recovery run for me and it will absolutely limit how fast I'm going because I'm at the back of the group and just making sure that no one gets left behind basically. So if I have to go a bit slower, great. From a nutrition perspective, the plan is maintenance for this build. I don't want to lose weight, I don't want to gain weight, I just want to keep fuel in my sessions so that I can basically hit all my numbers. That's the whole goal. So how I'm doing it, I do track everything I eat. I think you're just less likely to go wrong if you do that. So about 100 grams of fat, about 200 grams of protein, and then as many carbs as I need to keep my calories at maintenance, which will probably work out quite a lot, probably about 450 grams a day, depending on how much exercise I'm doing that day. Some people hate tracking calories and it's not for everyone, but it's always worked well for me. I started doing it when I wanted to lose weight, and now the main reason I do it is to make sure I eat enough. Here we are, good consistency, cooked all the way through, not rubbery, lovely. It is bright and early on Thursday morning. It's like 6:15, 6:20, and I am just getting ready to go out for my first key session of the marathon build, which is 14k with 2x3k at marathon pace. Before I go, I'm going to quickly have an espresso, banana, and just some water with carbs and a little bit of apple and blackcurrant squash. I don't really want to eat anything too heavy because I do need to get this done nice and early, but I can't go on an empty stomach. So throughout this block, I have 1 marathon pace session per week. It starts in the medium long run, which I'm going to be doing on a Thursday. So at the moment it's 14k. It's about 60% of what my long run is, which is on the weekend. So as I get deeper into the block, the marathon pace blocks will move from the medium long run into the long run as I get used to the longer mileage. That's kind of the thought process. I'm not a massive massage gun user, but for an early run, I do think they do just help you skip a little bit of warm up, especially like calves, quads, hamstrings. Like, it's just like an easy way to loosen up. I think actually for recovery, they don't really do much for me, but in lieu of a proper warm up, they're actually pretty good.
It's a great morning for running. Dry, nice and cold. Beauty. So the structure of the run is going to be 6k easy, 3k at marathon pace, which for me is going to be 4:40 per k, 1k easy, another 3k at marathon pace, 1k cool down, and we're done. 14k total. So I'm 5k in. I've just whipped back to the house quick so I can take my jumper off. I'm starting to warm up now. Grab a gel and a quick drink. I'm feeling good. Body feels good, knee feels good. Only problem is I'm hungry, which is an issue because I've still got like an hour to go. So we'll see how that plays out. The question is, will one more gel in about 5k's time stave off my hunger long enough He'll have to, because I'm getting the session done either way. Right, 1 more K back down to the park, then we're into the proper meat of the session, marathon pace. I'm interested to see how it feels. First set done. Marathon pace for me is a weird one because when I first start the rep, I always think this is way too fast. And then once I get into it, it's like, oh, it's not too bad actually. I think I can hold this. Just like plays tricks on you, I think. 1K recovery. I'll take a gel in a sec, and then another 3K set, and then we're done. Then it's breakfast. Thank God. And we're done. Just a little 1K cool down back to the house now. That felt good. No pain at all, which is the main thing. Held the paces. I think the first block averaged 4:39, second block 4:38, so pretty much bang on, touch quicker. Heart rate, I think maxed out about 160, which is a little bit higher than hopefully what it will be at marathon pace, but there's a long way to build to go yet, so I'm not too concerned. I am starving now, so massive bowl of cereal inbound, strength session in a couple of hours, so got to refuel and get ready for that.
If you're not eating cereal out of a pasta bowl, are you even training for a marathon?
I've just quickly smashed out the meal prep between sessions. That'll do my dinner for work for the next couple of evenings. Just like chicken and chorizo, onions, peppers. And just mix that with some rice or pasta and we're done. It is 10:30 now. I've just rocked up at the gym for my lift. Can't hang about too long because I've got work this afternoon, 1:30 till 10 tonight. So quite a long day with like 6 a.m. start at work until 10 o'clock tonight. I still can't go below parallel on the squat without any pain in my knees. So I'm going to try some box squats today, I think. Or I might, if I can't get on a rack, I might do the hack squat and just go to parallel. Not super heavy, like not maximum weight, but I do want to re-expose the knee to squatting because it will do my head in if I can't squat for a long period of time. So I'm thinking box squats might be a good idea. Not something I do very often. I'm not really sure how heavy I'm going to do them. Maybe like 100 kilos, something like that. Aside from that, we'll be doing the full array of upper body stuff. So let's get in there. Good morning and happy Friday. Session 9 of the week is complete. Session 10 is inbound. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning. I've done a Hyrox conditioning class and now I'm going to get on the bike for my second session of the day. Pretty quick succession, just 45 minutes easy in the garage, in the pain cave. But hopefully it will not be too painful today. Just 45 minutes, zone 2, I think 165 watts. I will be just sticking YouTube on and zoning out. It's my only non-running day today, 6 runs a week. Today is the day I've got off. I've got the 24k long run tomorrow, which I'm looking forward to, kind of. But I'm now plugged in. I'm going to stick something on and zone out for the next 38 minutes. And I will catch you tomorrow on the long run.
Here we are then, Saturday morning, 24k, first long run of the block. And I'm 5k in. I don't feel great. I mean, I've got no like serious pain, but my feet really ache, which is less than ideal. Still got probably close to 2 hours to go, but I'm not going to stop now just because of a bit of foot ache. That is part of the package. Well, we're halfway, 12k in. My feet have stopped aching, so that's good. Now I've got a little bit in the shoulder, but I figure it's my body just getting used to the longer distances again, more mileage throughout the week. The last 3 weeks, I think I've only done about 25 to 30k running a week, up from the 50 odd I was doing before this block. So just body's getting back into it, I think, which is fine. I always knew these first couple of weeks were going to feel like I was taking a bit of a battering, getting back into the swing of it, but I'm sure I'll adapt. The plan today is 3 8k loops from the house, so I can leave a bottle there and my gels and just grab them as I loop past, which makes things a bit easier, especially as if I need an emergency pit stop, I can. 2 laps down, 1 to go, 16k in, 8k left. Feeling pretty good now actually, shoulder's still aching a little bit, but that's okay. Instead of a gel at this point, I'm going to have this little blueberry lift bar. It's pretty much all carbs. There's not much else in it, to be honest. But I am starting to feel the first pangs of hunger, and I know this will just like end that straight away, which at this point is probably more beneficial than a gel. And we're off again. I fueled pretty much the entire bike portion of my Ironman on those bars, so I know they're pretty effective, easy to get down, don't give me any sort of gastrointestinal problems on the run, so very, very useful thing to have in the cupboard. Just finished, 24k done, about 5:42 per kilometre average, I think. Nice and easy. Felt good actually. Shoulder pain started to go, so don't really know what's going on there, but it feels okay now. My right calf tightened up a little bit with about 2k to go. It felt like, you know that feeling just after you get cramp when it feels just like super tight. It feels a bit like that, so I'm expecting a little bit of knee tightness when I chill out later on this evening. I get the old compression boots on in a bit and that should help me out. Nice easy day tomorrow to get a bit of recovery in, so I'll see you then. I have made it to Sunday. No flare-ups from the long run last night. A little bit of stiffness in the evening, but it's pretty much all settled down now, so I'm feeling as good as I did at the start of the week, which is perfectly fine. Nothing has gone wrong. I'm on my way to the gym this morning for my final strength session of the week. Had to make a quick pit stop on the way because I had a real hankering for a white monster. I have now acquired the goods. Today I'm going to choose movements in the gym that cause like the least CNS fatigue. So instead of bench, I'm probably going to do a plate loaded like machine press. Just because it is a bit of a recovery day, but I do want to keep that sort of hypertrophy stimulus going. So I'm just gonna try and hit every muscle group, but not with the big fatiguing movements. No squats, no deadlifts, probably fewer free weight movements than I would normally do. Pump session complete, and it felt good. It was a good one, and it stopped raining, so I'm going to charge home and bash out this quick 5k, I say quick, 5k recovery run as quickly as I can, because I've managed to avoid the rain all week, even though it's been pretty grim. And if I can go a full 6 runs having not got wet a single time, that would be an absolute result. And we're done. 5k recovery, like 6 minute per k pace, nice easy 30-minute 5k. And we're done for the week. 13 sessions, 6 runs, 3 strength sessions, 2 Hyrox workouts, a swim and a ride. Hit everything I wanted to hit the paces. I'm really pleased. Leg actually feels slightly better than it did at the start of the week, which is a massive, massive bonus. I don't think it's ready for a speed session yet, which would be tomorrow. So I'm going to do another easy Monday run. has the speed session replacement, and then we'll see how it feels the week after. But if it stays on this trajectory, I think we're in a good spot. So I am super pleased. 64k running hit for the week, which is the most I've done since pre-Ironman last summer. So really pleased, and let's move on to week number 2.